3, 2, 1, you're on.
Alright, we're on. Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Idaho RC. Today, I have a cheap, junky camera, so you'll probably notice the resolution isn't very good. But, I'm super excited about this installment, so I'm going to go ahead with it anyways, and hopefully the content will make up for the production. So, anyways, so today, without further ado, we have the Enduro. Yeah, new truck. Anyways, so here we go. So Associated's supposed to have a good servo. We'll find out. It does have behind the axle steering, but anyways, I am dying to get this box open, and we will. Let's see how good it is. Knife here, and breaking the seal. Oh. All right, they got more. They got lots of seals. Here we go. Oh, there's part of the garage. Everybody that's been following this has seen the garage already. You can make out of the box. Whoa. It's upside down. Let's try that. All right. Woo. All right, so there's the garage. It's in there. All right. So now we have the truck. Yeah. Ooh, let's get wiper blades. All right. Well, I'm gonna get this thing out of here. You can't look for a second. I'll figure this out. Oh, underneath. And we got underneath we got some extra gears. I believe, if I understand this correctly, those are for changing out your gear ratio for the front axle. It's got the body post for, the SUV types. A few extra parts in there, some servo horns. Yakety schmackety. Boring stuff. Okay, manual, more boring stuff. Okay, alright, I'll open the remote. Let's open up this remote. There it is. Alright, just XP Digital, XP 130. Knife is stuck to it. Alright. Manual there. It looks pretty cut and dry if you've been in RC very long. You probably already understand this. It's got the it has 3 channels. Is that right? Ooh, it does. 3 channels. It's a 3-way switch on the front. Nice. So we got the steering, the throttle controls, the DR, the EPA for the channel 3, the front, the left and right for the channel 3. That's kind of cool. I bet you can use that for a winch. It's could be convenient. Yeah, a little clumsy, but probably get that down. Doesn't feel bad in the hand. It's light, cheap, So yep, here's the remote. You're gonna need 4 AA's. That's good. All right, now let's get the truck out. Alright, so went and got some old Lexan scissors. These aren't my nice ones, so don't fret. Bam! Alright. Ta-da! Woohoo! That was a crash. So, there it is. It's what I've been waiting for. Fold the little mirrors out. The little folding mirrors. I'm glad they have the little hinges on them for when you rub up against things. It just folds up. The Everest, the Gen 7, has those mirrors with hinges on it too, so they just fold up. And I think it's a great idea. Saves your mirrors, so you're not looking for them out there in the weeds. Pretty decent weight. Let's weigh it. There we go. Let's see, we got pounds and ounces. We're gonna flip this over. Ta-da! So we are at 5 pounds, 3.6 ounces. Let's go. All right, so for our metric friends, that is 2.37 kilograms. So if you want to convert that to grams, metric, it's easy. You can figure it out. Tires actually feel pretty good. Maybe not my first choice for dirt, but if you're on a good rocky area, it might work. So we got some wires dangling here. I assume those are for the lights. That's another cool thing they did, was they gave us lights. They do have the small body pins, which is nice. So the body isn't licensed. It's just a no-name generic. I've heard people say it looks like a Ford. I've heard people say it looks like a Chevy. You know, well, take your pick. It's a generic, looks like everything and nothing. So it's not bad. I actually like the color. The color's nice. You know, it'll get the job done until you get something on there that you like. Unless you like this one, run it. I'm not your mom. Got a Dean's or a T-plug on there. The ESC looks like a AE5. Yeah, the fins are a little different, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this is the same thing, which isn't bad. So if it is the same, it'll have the same waterproofing and whatnot. The AE5 is for an inexpensive ESC is really not bad. You know, it's not very programmable. It is a little bit. With the plugs and whatnot in there, and the same here. Yeah, so we can adjust your drag brake for 3 positions. You've got 0, 50, or 100%, and also another jumper that will make it lipo or nickel metal hydride. Feels super smooth. Yeah. It actually has a lot more twist, I think, than the other guys out of the box. It does. I'm pretty confident that that's quite a bit more twist, more flex out of that. I'll end up measuring them later and you know, giving you actual numbers. But there's the servo. Looks like an aluminum body. You know, it looks like they've done some cool things with it. The shock hoops on most of the trucks, the front shock hoops are going on an arc generally. Let's look at the. Yeah, not so much. Anyways, they're generally on an arc. These are flat, both front and back. That gives you a lot of options for making your own stuff. That's pretty cool, because I've always, you know, done things to the rear because it was straight and you could build things and get that done, but it was a little harder to do with the front. But of course the front hoop with the panhard on it, that one's gonna be a little different, but there's not much to that either. It's kind of a good design. Man, let's look. It's pretty close. Let's see if maybe I should explain what I'm doing here. Really what's going on here, what I'm looking at is these 2 bars right here the panhard and the steering arm or steering bar is if they are different lengths, like the Ascender is, you'll push down on it and it'll steer a little when you're doing that, which isn't a horrible deal. It's worse when you're in a binding situation and you go to steer and it just lifts your suspension instead. That's where it gets a little more frustrating. It's not real bad on the Ascender. So it's got looks like a sealed box for the receiver. Man, that is smooth. That is really smooth. Man, I wonder what kind of shock oil it's got in there stock. But yeah, it's got the behind the axle steering bar. That's really cool. So yeah, and it's got the has 8 holes so that you can mirror your transmission if you so desire. It is incredibly smooth though. Can almost not get over it. Looks like SLW on the hubs, on the bead locks. These tires do feel good. They're holding the wires down with zip ties. Nothing wrong with that. The other rigs generally have something a little fancier, but I don't care about the zip ties myself. The sliders are crooked. I don't know if you can see it, but they kind of go up in the middle. It just doesn't look like they're molded quite right. Like they twisted or something when they came out or something. Anyways, they don't look quite right. I guess these are your plugs for the body. It has 2 plugs, so I assume one is for the front, one's for the back. One has a red and black wire, the other one has a white and black wire. The one on the front headlights is red and black. Probably doesn't really matter. Probably just plug them into whichever one you want. Or I've seen some people that'll put a little battery pack just right in the front here, just attach it to the back side of the grill and just have like a little battery there that you can just plug it into, and that way you don't have the wire to mess with between the chassis and the body. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how this thing goes. You know, it's the bed and the cab are separate pieces. You can take them apart right there. Looks like. Yeah. So the wipers are for left-hand drive, in case our European friends are curious. Yeah, the bumpers are actually, they really feel flimsy, like most trucks. You should be able to like grab that bumper and pick it up. This would just, that's a little sketchy. But it does look like the same spacing as axial. And I have heard from a few sources that it is. It's a nice chassis. I think there's a lot of possibilities for this chassis. So yeah, I am excited to see how it goes. Let's see if full right side up, and it looks like it clears the servo horn. So the SEX-10-2 would always hit it, and the left side does not hit the pumpkin either. So both directions the shocks max out, and you know that right there, just stock, it's maxing out this shock and that shock. So I think that's it for my unboxing video, and figure out some more on it and do another video and try to keep the rubber side down, you guys.